This one fly I got in here. I got a fly in here that's bothering me. I got like one fly. So how's everybody doing? I see we got one like already. Come into the chat, say hi to me. Let me know who you are because we're going to talk about the truth and you got to have the light in you. You got to have the light in you. So please come over to comments. So, what's up, Elise? How are you? So as you can see in my thumbnail, I had the word firmament on a piece of cardboard. So I got that word firmament on a piece of cardboard. Firmament. So that's what I got here. Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess what I'm going to be doing with that sign? That sign for a couple of weeks already. I just been having it where my TV used to be. So I'm going to be going out on the square. I'm going to be going out on the square with that sign. So you're okay. Well, it doesn't seem like you're doing great. I think, I mean, I'm not doing so well in some ways, but other ways I'm doing well too, you know. So I guess you could say I'm okay. I don't know. Let's go see what the sheer propaganda is being on these different websites here. So that's nothing I want to talk about. Let's see here. Up in Canton, they're dealing with some racism. 2 racist messages found on village sidewalks. So somebody's writing racist messages up there, up in Canton. Well, that's not good. You know, the world news that's going on right now, the top story is called the Monopoly Board in world news. Let's go check this story out. If anybody doesn't know, we live in the real life Monopoly game. I mean, America is Monopoly. That's how you're supposed to play the game, and if you're bankrupt, you're over with. So if you take a Monopoly game, like the box, look at the box. If you guys got Monopoly at your house, go grab it, look at the box, and look for signs and symbols. You can see the Masonic M have hidden inside the pictures. You can see lots of signs and symbols with a Monopoly game. So, but that's how America operates right now. It's a Monopoly game. What's up, Tico Train? So how's it going? Super tired of all these morons. Hey, if the Lyris was real, yeah, it's a we call it a Lyris. I like that. A Lyris. And why am I female but have more balls than any man in sight? Well, because the scripture says that we should be bold as lions. You have the Holy Spirit, the real Holy Spirit, right? You're going to have courage. You're going to have honor. You're going to have commitment. All right. You're going to be bold, as scripture says. So that's why if you're a woman and you feel like you have more balls than a man, it's because you have the Holy Spirit, because power and truth there. You know, we're supposed to walk in power and truth. Okay. All right. And I try to do the best I can. I tell you what, it's a dividing line, and people will depart from you. The darkness will depart from you. Like the darkness will try to get you at a distance, but all, like, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear evil. All right. That's how we should be walking. And a lot of people don't. They walk around in fear, and the main symbol of fear, it's a symbol of obedience. And I went over this yesterday, how I got suckered into, because I know the owner, and for a long time, since this started, he really enforced it. But the state got on his ass. The state of New York and Governor Cuomo got on him, and I mess up my relationship with that guy. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm torn right now over the situation, because anywhere else I go, I don't put one on. So I got some searching to do, I guess. There's one guy that I respect, and I put a mask on, but I don't like it. I really hate it, and it really bothers my soul. It really bothers me to. Shouldn't even do it anymore. So what's up, Voynich? So what's up? How are you? So Tico says, I took my husband's mask and blew my nose in it before we went to the store. That's the last time you walked. That's great. You blew your nose in the mask. Yeah. Dudley, how you doing? When are our local legislatures going to grow some balls and stand up to Cuomo telling bars and how much is people can eat? So Dudley Do-Right is a local here, and he's bringing up the fact that our local government, such as our mayor and our council and our county legislator and Elise Stefanik, let's talk about Elise Stefanik, let's talk about Mayor Jeff Graham, Scott Gray. So we needed to have some balls and stand up to our governor, and they're not. And because they have not, they're allowing all these businesses and have this mask mandate and follow the rules and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Nobody's standing up. I'm the only one speaking out on this matter in Watertown. I'm the only one. I'm the only one speaking out about this mask like this. Like, everybody seems is going along with the bullshit. And as I explained at City Hall, it's a satanic ritual to cover your face. Okay? Television show called The Masked Singer. The Masked Singer, right? That's big on television, right? The Masked Singer. They've been pushing the mask, the mask for a few years, okay? All right. Now, they use television to program you. Let's talk about Drew Carey and The Price is Right. Before Drew Carey was announced that he was going to be on The Price is Right, they threw him some bullshit game show at nighttime in the evening, and he did for like a year, right? Some bullshit. I can't even remember the game show that he hosted, but it was some bullshit game. And then all of a sudden he's announced to, because what happened was they had to prep the people. They had to prep you. They had to prep you. Okay? Now think about this movie called 5 Feet Apart. All right? Oh no, Tico Trash, here's your comments. Your own mom and dad are departing from you because they're going to take the vax. Yeah, don't take the vaccine, nobody. Nobody take the vaccine, nobody. All right? Doesn't Eagle. What's going on? How you doing? Let's call you Eagle. How you doing, Eagle? All right, Chico, I knew what this was all about when they first came about. I asked many people lately where their personal line in the sand was. If they restrict their oxygen with little pressure, what won't they what do they, it's like, it's crazy. Hi, Charity, how are you? Charity, I seen that you Ravens Five Charity, I seen that you put out a couple more videos, so I'll be checking those out later. So if everybody doesn't know, Charity puts out videos too, and if everybody should really subscribe to everybody else. This way we can all stay connected. Yeah, so nobody should be taking any vaccines at all. Well, we got 13 people in here. We only got 2 likes, so I got that many haters in here that are watching me. There's millions of different videos on YouTube. Yet all these haters seem to find my videos and watch them, comment on them. All right, we got 5 likes in here. All right, so it balances out a little better. All right, so this mask thing, they prepped everybody with it. And they're doing it now. Like, I don't even know what's on television show right now. Like, what are some of the mainstream television shows that are out there right now? I was going to talk about this movie called 5 Feet Apart. And it's called 5 Feet Apart, but in the movie, you're actually 6 feet apart. And it's about a sickness and it's a respiratory illness, blah, blah, blah. Now, I've never seen it, but I've seen the reviews of it. And it all makes sense. He lurked. All right. Cool. We got 8 people liking. All right, cool. There we go. That's about right. I usually have about 5 or 6 haters that always dislike my videos. So, and like all my videos, you'll always see like 5 or 6, even more sometimes, but there's at least 5 or 6 dislikes. Yeah. So they're prepping everybody how they want, and they do it in music too. You know, I can't even remember the name of the music video that I seen, but it was trending like last week, and it was about these people jumping off a cliff while they were tripping, like they were tripping and tripping like acid or shrooms or whatever drugs, and then they all jumped off, and even the lyrics were talking about better off dead, right? That's like better off dead, and these guys, like, how can that even be on YouTube, right? Like, how can a suicide video, like, this is a music video that was like about suicide, like, how could that even be on there? It's just crazy how they start to prep everybody. So it's dangerous. And what I see when this, because this is new, it was brand new, like it only was out 3 days when I watched it. And just for the message of the music video of like better off dead and kill yourself, I can't believe that's a music video. Like, that's crazy. Right. And it happens to come in the midst of this crazy pandemic, this lidemic, this virus, the virus. You know, Andrew Cuomo called the corona, he calls it the beast. He calls it the beast. Hello, everybody. You know, like, and then he's fucking everybody. Did you know that Andrew Cuomo made a poster of the corona? It's called Mount COVID, and there's mockery all in it. He made a poster called Mount COVID. Go look it up. It's the crazy, and you got to look through it in detail to see everything that's depicted in it. It's mockery at its finest. And everyone believes the policies and believes the rules, and they believe what they're being told. They say, how can the whole world be in on it? How can the whole world be in on it? How can the whole world be in on it? That's what a lot of people say to me that don't believe me. How can the whole world be in on it? I would say you would have to read your Bible, because first off, it says it in here. It says it in here, but Yeah, the whole world is in on it. Every nation is in on it. Yeah, so Tico says, "Well, I'm going to look at that Cuomo cap." Yeah, it's called. Look up Governor Cuomo's poster of Mount COVID. He called it Mount COVID, and it's like old school style, and it's got a lot of scenes in it. All right, you can like look at it. And I'm telling you what. I mean, signs and symbols galore. I mean, and straight up mockery how he destroyed the economy. There's a river that goes down Mount COVID called Economy Falls. The river that goes down this poster on Mount COVID is called Economy Falls. This motherfucker needs to be locked up, bro. Like, why isn't no one calling the cops on the governor? All right, everybody should be calling the cops on Andrew Cuomo and get his ass arrested. And he calls it the beast. All right, that's what he calls it. He calls, he's got their languages they use. The rainbow, yeah. The first thing, he's the rainbow. Andrew Cuomo is stealing God's symbol covenant with man and mocking us with God's covenant. Andrew Cuomo threw a rainbow up in there, mocking all the good Christians. Go through that poster of Mount COVID. It's one mockery after another. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing if nobody has seen Mount COVID. Let me pull that up. All right, Charity. See you later. Of course, so cool channel name says, of course Santa is real. How many people would have to be in on it? All right, that's a good point. People who say, oh, the whole world is in on it. Let's talk about Santa. The whole world's in on that one. What about the Tooth Fairy? Pretty much, right? That's universal too, right? That's pretty universal. All right, like, but pretty much Santa. Everybody, everybody's in on that one. Yes, crazy stuff. So here it is. I'll show you the mockery that he has. I mean, you guys should look it up even more, like, because you need to be able to zoom in and really look at what's being written and what is said. All right. So this is Mount COVID, Andrew Cuomo. If you type in, you'll see that. So let me go through this real quick. That's his car. So Andrew Cuomo put his own personal car up there on the poster. That's Donald Trump sitting up on the moon, all right, representing the Space Force where he's at, all right. You got the sun over here because it's the corona, okay, all right, corona. People need to know some language here, all right. They got the rainbow up there. They're mocking God, and right there, see that river? That's Economy Falls. Oh, Cuomo, Economy Falls that you created. All right. I mean, and then look, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? What the fuck does this have to do with anything? He's got a guy hanging off the cliff of, some boyfriend. Right? So that's Andrew Cuomo's personal car. He's got there. Tell the people the truth and they will do the right thing. Well, guess what? You haven't told us the truth at all. I'm telling people the truth, and hopefully you do the right thing. Jeez. It says, look, mockery. Another mockery is called follow the data. There's a little chart, and some scribble marks. Nothing. Doesn't mean shit. And here we go. We got a panel down here. Let's see what assholes are on here. Oh, look at this hole. Doctor knows best. That's who's sitting right there. And then Smiling Rob. There's Smiling Rob. Who the fuck he is. And he's got number 56. Because he's the 56th governor of you might as well call it the United States, but he's the 50th governor of New York. And who's that? Magnificent. I can't even say that. Magnificent. I can't even say that word. Then that's Melissa, whoever that is. Is that his daughter? I don't even know. So don't pick on me if I can't pronounce every word. Oh, there's the stock market opens and it's crashing, Got to have that little ticker tape in there. Right. Yeah, like this is so crazy that he put this out. I mean, we don't got subways in Watertown, but look, subway problems, subway disinfectant. So pretty much if you go on the subway, you guys are going to get sick. So stay away from the subway. Stay out of the subway. Don't go down. Oh, New York has its own hand sanitizer. Stay away from this too. So New York hand sanitizer. All right, forget this. I've seen this crap everywhere. I don't use hand sanitizer. I don't use that stuff. So the American flag is backwards. Right? It usually faces the other way. It faces into battle. Oh, this is a great point. The flag faces the battle. Who's looking at the thing but the people? The people, they're fighting with us. That is I'm glad you brought up the American flag is facing out. That is in the battle. And who's in the battle? They're in the battle with us because that's what we're looking at. It's a battle against the American people and the New York people. So that's a good catch. I didn't catch that before. The flag is facing forward like that, and that is representing looking at whoever's looking at the poster. Good catch. I missed that. Oh, here's that. They had the daily briefing, so they got to have. Here's a little daily briefing. Got the little rocket thing going up or whatever it is. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Down in the corner, they love this number, 111. We have seen this number for 111 days. 111 days is when Cuomo went on the air. All right. They love throw them out there. We know about our numbers. They got 43, day 43. You know, that's backwards for 34 that you got. All right. I'm sure these 18, 825s mean something. I'm sure if we figure that out, but little piece is detailed. Like, this is an interesting poster. Like, you guys want to dig deep into New York and Governor Cuomo and see what the hell he's doing? Know how to read signs and symbols. But there's so much more in here that I haven't been able to decode yet. So up in the sky, look, I've seen this before, but check this out. The name in the clouds is called Fed Clouds of Confusion. All right, clouds of confusion, and there's an aircraft in there. Look, so look at all the and chemtrails behind the aircraft, and it's called the Fed Clouds of Confusion. Okay, the Fed Clouds of Confusion, and we got an aircraft putting in all those chemtrails. Because look, these clouds behind the plane are different than all the rest of the clouds. Yeah, I mean, I seen that one a long time ago, but it was when it first came out, and I'm glad I just seen it across again. Oh, over here in the corner, the Winds of Fear. Look how scary that is. The Winds of Fear. That's old school, like, type of stuff there. That looks like a devil. We got the devil blowing winds of fear. All right, so that's what that represents, the devil. The winds of fear. Hey, Santo, how are you? I got kicked off from Facebook for sharing your video. Really? Good job. I'm sorry you're kicked off Facebook, but what video? What video did you get kicked off for? Tell everybody what video. I got kicked off Facebook for sharing my video. I'm sorry that happened to you, but thanks for having my back, Santo. Oh, here we go. This poster gets crazy. Listen, this poster, you can spend hours on this poster. Look, there's the 6 feet, social distance, phase 1. All right. Oh, and the big arrow, there's a big arrow that goes right across the sky, right across the whole thing. It says projection model. So they project that this is going to continue to shoot up like and shoot right up. So that arrow is pointing up right to the sun, you know, right to the sun up there. So they're going to continue to make it go up and up and up and up. Oh, if you're from Arizona, Texas, and Florida, he calls you out too. Follow the facts, stay caution. He tells us to stay away from Arizona, Texas, and Florida. Huh. Those seem like the states that resisted it the most in the beginning, right? Don't be like these guys. They don't follow the rules. They called you guys out for trying to stand up for your rights in those states. Telling us to stay smart. Yeah. So, damn, they put chemtrails out literally in black and white to tell people, and they still won't see it. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know how to read signs and symbols, you're not going to be able to really realize where you live. You don't even understand. All right. They use it in everything. All right. It's a whole different language. And there's a lot that I still don't know, but there's a lot. Yeah, 111 Days of Hell is on there. Yeah. So, I mean, there's even more right here. I got a fly in here that keeps bothering me. Ugh. So, mask up. So, they got the Northeast State Coalition on there on phase one. Governor Cuomo aligned with New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, I think. Maybe I missed one of the other states, but he linked up and they try to lock down the whole country together. New York is known as the Empire State, all right, and they're bragging that they run everything. You got a hater already, yeah. Yep. Santo, what video was it? I want to know what video you shared and got kicked. You got kicked off for. I'm sorry that happened to you, but just the way it is. When you stay away from apples. I don't eat apples anymore. Think about it. I know that Eve ate the apple, right? It's the forbidden fruit. Most people think that it was the apple, right? Well, if that's the case, then why eat apples? So, I mean, I already ate it before, but I mean, I just stay away from apples. Somehow, I don't even know. Oh, there we go. Know how they love their number 42? So he not only does he have a poster, he actually made a model. He had the model of Mount COVID made. All right, 42. He has the number 42 at the top of it. He's got like some kind of styrofoam. So that's Mount COVID. All right, that's Mount COVID that this idiot had somebody make. He actually made like some styrofoam model of the coronavirus. How the hell does that help anybody? Doesn't that look like a big pile of green shit? The number 111 is a sign that the gate of opportunity is open. So we have the Empire State Building, with the Empire State, dun 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 dun, look at Star Wars Empire. There was three of them. So there was three videos. So there was three. They cried about the arrest one. Oh, when I got arrested, when I was that was a good video. And the last one on City Hall, where you talked about taking down the flag. Oh, so my latest city, really, the City Hall one that News Junkie shared. When you shared it on Facebook, you got in trouble, huh? Yeah, because I will. The city puts that flag up next year, I'll take it down too. I'll take it next year too. So, I mean, hey, listen, I mean, I am not going to stand for that kind of mockery city. No, that's taking it too far. That's too far now. All right, that's way too far. You're taking it way too far flying that flag. All right, they got my attention last year involved because of this stupid flag. All right, it's not for city business. All right, it's not for city business. Stupid flag. They'll burn it. So as it says, Santa, hope I'm there next year. You can take it down and you will burn it. Well, you know what? We went over this today. And burning a flag is covered under the constitutional rights. All right, so that is covered. This has been taken to court before, and it was deemed within constitutional rights burning up the flag. So, but I placed it in a drop box. So that's what I did so that they could get it back. Oh, let's talk about 911, how they prepped us with that. They started prepping us in the 1990s for 911. Remember how in the early 1990s, when everybody had to have a 911 address and the 911 was you called the 911, 911, 911. And then all of a sudden, September 11th, 9/11, emergency, like, hello, people, they do it every single day. They're doing it for decades and decades and decades. And 111 is New Zealand's phone number. You know, I think there's a Florida phone number that's whatever the area code is, but the first three numbers are 666. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, anybody want that phone number? But there is a phone number, I believe it's in Florida. It's the first three digits, not the area, it's the first three digits in the number. They're 666. You know what I thought was pretty interesting that I seen on a map? When I was down in Florida a couple years ago, I drove around the state for like 2.5 months during winter, just visiting a bunch of different places. On the map, in the middle of the Everglades, it seemed, there's a place called the Devil's Garden. The Devil's Garden. I don't think they're lying. I don't think they're lying about that. Because we all know that the devil roams to and fro on the face of the earth. In Korea, it's one line for the police. Yeah, backwards. They got reversed. Yeah, they got everybody prepped. They got everybody conditioned. All right. And then George Bush comes out and tries to save the day. And, you know, and everybody comes out and the politicians come out to save the day. And they're not. They're the ones that are messing with us. I think the most thing about Mount COVID that we went over is that flag. That flag facing forward. And when it's facing forward to the observer, that means they're battling us. There's no coincidence why that is facing out towards whoever's looking at the poster. I mean, that speaks to me the most right there, that flag facing forward like that. It's a sad situation. I mean, it's right there, people. I mean, it's right there in your face. If you fail to see it, I'm sorry. You know, because I know there's going to be haters on here that are going to be like, what is he talking about? You know, whatever. This is just a, you know, so there's no gold fringe on it, right? Because we all know the gold fringe means the martial law, but they took it back. It's no longer the martial law. I've noticed that in the flags that I've been seeing lately, haven't had them. The Devil's Garden is probably filled with GMO and pesticides. Yeah, I don't know. I stayed. Probably. I went 50 miles from it. I thought I wanted to go look at it, but because they just call. I'm looking at the map because I don't use GPS, people. No, thank you. I'm a map guy. I was raised using maps. I'm maps. Maps. I like maps. Don't give me no electronic. Forget that. I want a map. So I was just looking at that in South Florida, and I seen that. I was like, it did catch my interest, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay clear of that place. The Devil's Garden, no thanks. No, it's crazy. So we got city council on Monday, and I will be bringing up the flag issue. I'll see if they will allow the Christian flag to be flown. Or you know what? How about I just make a flag and write God's name on it? How about that? How about I make my own flag? Just like because maybe you can make your own flag, and I think most branches, I'm not sure, but most branches you probably have your own flags. But make my own flag and write the name of God on it in Hebrew. That'd be the flag that I'd want to be flown. Because I'll be honest with you, some of these Christians I don't want to be associated with. I don't want to be associated with these Christians that don't believe in healings. I don't want to be associated with these Christians who don't know the truth of creation about the firmament and the waters above. I don't want to be associated with these Christians who think it's okay to support the LGBTQ. So maybe the Christian flag will be, do it for me, I guess. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to see if I can get my own flag made with God's name written on it. Let me show you some of these comments here. Yeah, GPS global system. So if anybody doesn't know how GPS works, they use ground-based towers to triangulate to find where you are. Ground-based towers, that's what they use. They don't use satellites. They do not use satellites at all because satellites are not real. Now, do they have things up there? But it's within our atmosphere, right? Below the they do have balloons and they do have crafts that are up there. But they're not used, they don't let us use them for any of our stuff, for their stuff. All right. But there is no satellites, there is no 24 satellites, a GPS system going around the globe in space. There's none of that. All right. There's none of that. There's waters above. So there was this planet that went by the other day called Neowise. So Neowise is a comet. Now, it's how it's done, it could be either one or two ways. It could be man-made into the ether in the waters above, like not like there from our standing is like there's a super cool layer of gas that acts like a liquid, and if you pass something through it, lights will go. It's like a bioluminescence or in the water. If you take a sound wave, so this is an actual experiment. If you take water in a container, right, and you pass a sound frequency through that water, it's going to create a little air pocket. And in that air pocket, it's going to flash all different colors. And depending on the frequency that you shoot it at, you can produce colors in water with sound. Okay? So we know there's waters above. All right? So whether God is doing this on a regular basis, having signs and seasons, because think about it. What does God say the stars are for? They're also for signs. So if we're seeing a shooting star, or they're going to call it, but if we see this, because I've been out there and I've seen a huge streak of light come across the firmament in the waters. I know what it is now, but they're just going to explain it away as a comet going by, and there's no meaning to it. All right. Oh, there's no meaning to it. It's just a call. just a comment. But God's word says they're also for signs. Because they're for seasons, signs and seasons, and to give light up there. But they're also there for signs. Now, they also have ways to manipulate our atmosphere. They have a system for weather modifications. And with all the stuff they've been doing with the rockets, they're not launching into space. They're putting up high and messing around and making lights in the sky. Everybody has seen that famous picture out west where this thing creates a light as it goes through the sky. All right, that's man-made. That's, what's going on here. They're learning how to manipulate what's going on up there because they want to confuse everybody. All right, it even says it in that poster. All right, the cloud's fusion, and it's an airplane with a bunch of smog behind it, representing the chemtrails that we all know about. Just crazy. I'm getting pissed at this fly. This fly keeps coming over me. Leave me alone. Well, anyway, it's crazy. So people need to understand what the word firmament is. All right. The word firmament is very important to know and understand that word. So I'll tell you what, I was never taught that word in school. I never heard that word on television. I don't think I've ever heard the word firmament in a movie. That's a word that it's one of those buried words that they don't want you to know what it means. Yeah. I don't know if I said it. That's the Hebrew way to pronounce it, Rakia or Raka. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Oh, it's Greek, not Hebrew. Oh, the Greek is. I can't pronounce that. Nope. There's a word in Greek. I can't pronounce the Greek word. All right. I'm gonna have to look up how to pronounce it correctly. That's what I'm saying is like when you start the truth, you're gonna come across a lot of words that you just need to know the meaning of, like the word pharmaceutical or C, the root word pharma. I've heard that word for years and years and years and years, but I never knew the meaning of it. The root word pharma means to conjure, as in a witch's spell. So cool channel name, he's talking about the firmament is also known as expanse in the NIV, the ESV, and the SB, dome and the NRSV, and vault. Right? They changed up the words. Right? The English language is a slave language. Just think about it. What if we were taught Hebrew? That's one language I wish I knew. I can read God's name. God's name is like the only Hebrew word written, immediately. Other than that, I don't know. But I can recognize God's name written in Hebrew. The last discovered is Moloch. Extract money from someone by fine or taxation. Yeah, that's what's going on. Everybody's getting fined and taxed. That's crazy. crazy. There's supposed to be a $10,000 fine if you don't listen to the governor's rules, and he's closing your business down. He wants you to go starve and everything, and then all your customers to starve, and he just wants to make it harder and harder and harder. And I can't believe this. Like really, like I can't believe that the American people have allowed this. So use a concordance and you'll pick up some Greek and Hebrew. It's a good idea. I should get a concordance. The one that I always remember using was the Strong's Concordance. I used to, did I have one? Or my mom used to let me borrow hers. But the Strong's Concordance, yeah, that I used to use. Now, I don't know if it's a good one, but I think it's a good one, right? Bring forth the injured party or person can require that. So Santos says, Donnie, I have a Bible question for you. Is it okay to ask? Of course. If you got a Bible question, answer your question, Santos. So, yeah, what's your question? You got me interested now. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. No, the Bible calls the first fruit. So this is a good question. This is very, and let's go to it. Does anybody know where it's found? It's found in the last book. It's found in the last book of the Old Testament. So he says in the Bible where it says, is that always money or what? No, it is not. Malachi. I'm trying to find the exact verse. Is it 7 years? I thought it was 50 years. Debts are forgiven. I mean, it could be 7, but I thought 50 years is the, what's the name of that? Every 50 years. It's on the tip of my tongue. Jubilee. These are every 50 years. A Jubilee. Nope, just 7. I thought it was the 50 years Jubilee. I mean, hey, that's better, right? Every 50 years. Well, Malachi is not that long of a book, and I can't find it. Let me look it up. Tithing verse. tithing verse. Oh, you know what I was thinking of? Malachi talks about how you should test God. There's only there's tithing another one. This is what I was going to say. Malachi talks about God. God says that you can test whether He'll bless you or not by giving 10% unto the Lord. That's of your first fruits. You know, that's literally like He was talking about your fruits, what they grew, what they had like that. God was not talking about money. God was not talking about money at all here. Now, when you go into other verses and you go to like the New Testament, you know, they talk about the lady with the 2 pennies, you know, that's like a tithe, like she gave more and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't even do that. I don't give out 10%. So I'm mixing numbers. All right, so I was wrong on that then. So the queen got a large egg, and when she opened it, there was a universe, a solar systems, not Earth. Well, there's no space. Now, a solar system to me would be sun running its circuits. All right. A solar system to me is the circuit, the sun. Could there be another sun? That's a possibility too, right? A second sun? I don't know. It's on video, yeah. I'll look it up. Talking about the queen can no longer ever go back to the Buckingham Palace. I mean, that I talked about the queen a few months ago, and so she's the one who runs Earth. All right, now there could have been a coup. She could have been killed or taken out right now. All right, so who knows what's going on with her? Because she can no longer be at Buckingham Palace. That was the latest story that I just seen on the Queen, is that she's no longer allowed there for the rest of her life. That's what the story said. The Queen is no longer there. Hold on, guys. I got someone knocking. See. All right, so we got Zach here. He's a known flag. We've done flipping the flags and stuff, you know. So you come over. You got a cigarette? Because I don't. No, I don't, buddy. All right, cool. So anyway, I'm going to the store real quick. All right, we'll come back through. I'll give it a cigar. All right, cool. All right, cool. So yeah, everybody, that's Zach. He's done quite a few videos with me. He's flipped flags too, so good for him. He went down to Wiley School. The videos, if you guys want to watch the videos, they're there. He went down to Case Middle School and flipped the flag up there, and he also did it at City Hall. He also flipped the flag over at City Hall. So Oh, I don't know what blood type the queen is. What does the queen's blood type mean? Um, is it O positive or O negative? Forget which one's red. Well, according to when I was in the service, on my dog tag, because in the Navy you get dog tags too. I'm B positive. Fits my personality, I guess. B positive is what, according to what they told me. I don't really know if the blood types are a real thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, blood is so sacred. I mean, don't donate your blood. I don't agree to that one either. Um, I don't do that. I don't donate blood. I don't let no needles go in me. Mm-mm. So royal blood is considered HO. It's interesting. I have to look into this a little more. I mean, how can you tell? I mean, blood is blood, right? I mean, for me to confirm blood types, I would have to look under a microscope. If you're not doing that, then I don't know how you're coming up with the result you're coming up with. Because if you're just color test where if this mixed with this comes up with a certain color, it means that. That's not like that doesn't make no sense. All right. Yeah. So stay away from giving out blood. Don't let them take your blood. They will sit there and tell you that they're going to use your blood to heal somebody. Oh, somebody get an accident. A piece of that goes to that. The rest of that goes to all the vampires on the black market when they drink your blood and they do rituals with it. Think about it. Do you ever see the amount of blood that is donated? There is not that many people that need that much blood. Right? They say, oh, we put it in the blood bank and we freeze it and we put it for later. They sell that stuff and people do rituals and drink it. When I was in Florida, I met a guy who goes to the blood thing and he was donating bone marrow or something or whatever he was doing. And he tried to get me. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. But I was giving him a ride, so I was waiting for him. And I'm sitting there watching everybody come out, walk out like a zombie, not even know. They looked like they were drunk. Like these people looked, they were so drained. They were so drained for giving their blood and bone marrow that they were staggering out to their cars, getting in their cars and driving away. And then when my friend came out and he staggered over to the truck, I'm like, are you okay, man? And he's like, oh, yeah, I feel fine. I'm great. I'm like, you don't look it. I'm like, you look drained. You look bad right now. And I told him how I sat there for the last hour and watched all these people walking out of this donation place messed up. You would have thought these people were drunk and on drugs. You know what I mean? Like crazy. But anyway, good live stream, everybody. Look forward to my next video, city council meeting Monday, and who knows, I might come live again and put out another video. Who knows? So thanks everybody for coming by. Yeah. Let's read some of these comments real quick. So I just want to thank everybody. Thanks everybody for coming by again. See you later.